video should be very revealing, so you don't want to miss anything, alright? And could you believe that this is the third time I'm doing this video? Something happened twice before that made me have to do it again. So let's see. Hope that this one goes through. Well, Esau today. Very, very complicated and very controversial topic. Who is Esau today? Where is Esau today? And we have a video on our Just a Word YouTube channel that is a leading video on our channel. And the article that we did on our Just a Word website is also the #1 article there. Who are the Edomites today? You can check that out for more information. And the problem with who the Edomites are today is that people are trying to look at it from a standpoint of one particular race. You see, just as how we are scattered as a people, Esau is also scattered as a people. And so it's also foolhardy to think that it will only be Arabs who are Edomites. There are Edomites who are scattered in Europe, and Edomites, of course, who are scattered in Africa. Even in West Africa, they have identified some tribes. I think the Edo is one of them, from the word Edomians, which is the name for another name for the Edomites. So, yeah, you cannot look at one particular race. The Bible itself, the scriptures itself, tells you certain attributes of Esau that you are to look out for, and it tells you that Esau is bare. When you look at these attributes, that's how you find Esau. So we don't find Esau by studying this and studying that. No, we go from the instructions of our scriptures, which tells us everything. All right? So let's go. Who are the Edomites today? And we go to Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. A very complicated sounding verse this is, but if we look into it, I have made Esau bare. Esau is easy to see because he will not be able to hide himself. And why? There's a colon here. Why is he not able to hide himself? Because his seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. So his seed is spoiled against his brethren and his neighbors, so they do not appear as how they would appear. So the Edomites today will not look like the Edomites back then. So, first clue we're going to look at from our scriptures. Remember we said we're going to go from the scriptures? The first clue from the scriptures is that Esau is wickedness. Esau is what? Wickedness. Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahuwah Sabaoth. They shall rebuild, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahuwah had indignation forever. So, Edom is going to be so wicked, they are going to be called the border of wickedness, and they are going to be so wicked that the Most High is going to be angry with them forever. So wickedness will define Esau. And we know, speaking of wickedness, this verse comes to mind. The book of Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not fear. And who is he? So if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and Esau is the border of wickedness, to find Esau is so simple. All we have to do is to find the wicked into whose hands the earth is given. And we don't have to look far. It is obvious. There is one nation of people that is ruling the world, and the rest of the world is like spectator. Yes? NATO is made up of one race of people. 27 nations, I think, or 29 nations. And all 29 nations are one people. All look alike. Oh. These people are the people who lead the world. The people whose hands the world is in. And when we go to 2nd Esdras 6 verse 7, it even emphasizes that point. 2nd Esdras 6 verse 7, then answered I and said, this is Ezra, or Esdras, speaking with an angel, inquiring of the angel, what will be the signs of the end of the time? So will he know when at the end of the time? Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he, that is the angel, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Yitzchak, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau is the end of the age, this age. So who is the wicked of this earth will let you know who Esau is. Esau is the end of the age, and Jacob, which is us, will have next in the age to come. So let's look at a particular attribute of Esau. A particular attribute of Esau that is going to let us know who Esau is. You see how many clues? But this is not exactly what we are hitting at today. We are going to get more out of Esau than we have, I think, done before, most of us. Alright? Jeremiah 49:9. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. What do we have here? Verse 9 is telling us the nature of Esau. There is one nation of people, the same people who are in NATO, the same people who are the seven head of the first beast of Revelation, which is the G7 nations. The same people are they who parted Africa. The same people who had us in the Atlantic slave trade. Come on, isn't it obvious who Esau is? Huh? These people, when they come to rip and rob, they took Africa and they shared it up, and they ripped and robbed and exploited Africa of its resources, and make sure that they set a system whereby Africa cannot unite and cannot stand up by itself. If Africa tries to stand up by itself and unite, they are going to destroy. Yes? They leave nothing for no one but themselves. They are insatiable. They are greedy. They are rich and powerful, controlling the world, and they still cannot satisfy. They have to set up a new world order to suck the rest of the things out of the people of this world. To suck the world dry because they want it for themselves. Cannot be satisfied. One nation of people. It's obvious. And let's get the confirmation in Obadiah 1, verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Huh? If they came to your country and took you from your country and put you in the island of Jamaica, when slavery was abolished and when they have finished with your country until there are no more resources for them to exploit, would they not have left a little for you to start as a country? No! He'd have left us with nothing to start here in our country, as they have done all over the world. They left it with nothing. They did not leave any grapes for us to start up with. And furthermore, they set up a system whereby your country cannot rise to the top. How many nations are like this? The Arabs are not like this, because there are people who argue, oh, Esau is the Arab because they live, that is where they live. Yes, Esau is left there, just as our people are left on the continent they call Africa. Israelites are still there. But that doesn't mean that's all there is. Yes? I'm going to show how Esau came to be, these white people, these Europeans. We're going to show it in scripture as well. So, these people don't leave any grapes. And it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? This is how you know. By their actions, twice it is sent to us here. Once in Jeremiah 49:10, 9 to 10, and once again in Obadiah 1, 5 to 6. This is how you know them. Alright. So we were talking about how we know these people. We are going to look at the mingling of Esau's seed. How Esau came to mingle with the Europeans. Why people are saying, oh, Esau is the white man, etc. Let's see how Esau came to be. This came out from a war between the children of Esau and the children of Shittim. At that time, in the 5th year, after the children of Yasharal had passed over Jordan, after the children of Yasharal had rested from their war with the Canaanites, at that time great and severe battles arose between Edom and the children of Chittim, and the children of Chittim fought against Edom. So this was when the children of Israel had just come over the Jordan 5 years after. This happened then. And Abianos, king of Chittim, went forth in that year, that is, in the 31st year of his reign, and a great force with him of the mighty men of the children of Chittim, and he went to Seir to fight against the children of Esau. So we need to find out now who are the children of Chittim. Why are they important? Who is Chittim? And for that, we go to the book of Joshua 10, verse 16. Let's see who the children of Chittim are. And the children of Chittim are the Romim, who dwell in the valley of Conopia by the river Tibro. The children of Chittim are the Romans. So we're talking here about Edom fighting with the Romans. So let's go back to book of Joshua 90, chapter 90. Alright, so verse 3 now. And Hadad the king of Edom heard of his report, and he went forth to meet him with a heavy people and strong force, and engaged in battle with him in the field of Edom. And the hand of Chittim, or the hand of the Romans, prevailed over the children of Esau. And the children of Chittim slew of the children of Esau 22,000 men, and all the children of Esau fled from before them. And the children of Chittim pursued them, and they reached Hadad king of Edom, who was running before them, and they caught him alive and brought him to Abianos king of Chittim. And Abianos ordered him to be slain. And Hadad king of Edom died in the 48th year of his reign. And the children of Chittim continued their pursuit of Edom. And they smote them with a great slaughter, and Edom became subject to the children of Chittim. Edom became subject to the children of the Romans. And the children of Chittim ruled over Edom, and Edom became under the hand of the children of the Romans, and became one kingdom from that day. And from that time they could no more lift up their heads, and their kingdom became one with the children of Chittim. This kingdom here is Rome, because the children of Edom still had their Edomia over there near the country they call Israel. So, just as the house of Judah had their kingdom, and in the time of the Apostle Shaul, they had people scattered all over the Gentile kingdom. In Antioch, you heard of synagogues there. It's the same principle here in Edomia, but they were mixed in with the Romans. And it is said that the Romulus and Remus, where Rome began with, they were children of Edom. Some mixture with the children of Edom right there. Alright, so Edom is mixed in with these people. So there's a book called the Book of Gad the Seer. That book is mentioned in the Bible, and it was not included in the scriptures, because there are a whole lot of books that are mentioned in the Bible. There are a whole lot of scriptures out there. But guess what? Because they wanted to create a religion, they only used 66 books. And the 66 books were used to create a religion. And so there are many books out there that can edify us. And we here at kazakh.eliyahu.com. I've set up a page and adding them to it, so you can check our downloads page. And this book, God the Seer, will be available there. It's actually available there right now. kazakh.eliyahu.com. So the book of God the Seer. This book confirms what he just said about Edom. Chapter 2 verse 15 says, "Woe to you, O Edom, that sits in the land of Kittim, in the north of the sea." So Edom sits in the land of Kittim, in the land of the Romans. That's where Edomites dwell. This book was written from in the time of King David. Alright? And we're getting it now, confirming that the Edomites sit in the land of the Romans. I don't know what these people are talking about. That the white man is not the Edomites, the white man, they have no idea. Okay? Because the Romans, remember, the Romans, the fourth kingdom, this expansive kingdom that covered most of Europe one of the time. Western kingdom of Rome and the eastern kingdom of Rome reached all the way up to Great Britain. They intermingled with the people of the different lands, and so the seed of Edom has mingled with all of them. Yes? There was the Western kingdom of Rome, and there was the Byzantine Empire, which was the Eastern European kingdom of Rome. Very expansive. And so, that is how you got Edom. And it says, sit in the land of Kittim, in the north of the sea. In the north of which sea? The Mediterranean Sea. Italy today sits, check the map, in the north of the Mediterranean Sea. And we're going to get back to this. We're going to end with this book of God the Seer. It's very, 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 very revealing. So, we're going to look at another aspect now of Esau. Remember Esau, wickedness. So, we got to go to Esau's wickedness. Zechariah 5 verse 5, a vision of a woman in a basket. Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, lift up now thine eyes, and see what is this that goeth forth. And I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephah that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. This is their resemblance through all the earth. That means that what this woman is going to do is going to be through all the earth. And I let the cat out of the bag. Verse 7, and behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephah, the woman that sits on the scarlet-colored beast. This is a woman, and a woman there we know refers to a religious order, or it might refer to Yasharal. But this is speaking about verse 8, and he said this is wickedness. This is not Yasharal. This is a wicked religious system that is going to be on this earth. And remember, who is the border of wickedness? Edom. And this is going to be through all the earth. So if there is wickedness through all the resemblance of wickedness through all the earth, Edom has to be involved. You can't have wickedness all over the earth and Edom is not involved. Oh, impossible. And he cast it into the midst of the ephah, and he cast the weight of the lead upon the mount thereof. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out two women. So there are going to be two women of wickedness, two women of Edom, two religious orders of Edom. And the wind was in their wings, for they had wings like the wings of a stork, and they lifted up the ephah between the earth and the heaven. Then said I to the angel that talked with me, whither do these bear the ephah? And he said unto me, to build it an house in the land of Shinar, and it shall be established and set there upon her own base. Babylon the Great, mystery Babylon. Shinar, the land of Shinar, is where Babylon is. So Babylon, the house of Babylon, will be built in Shinar, made of two women, two religious orders, and they will be wickedness upon the earth. Alright? So the two women are chronicled or mentioned in the book of Zion, the book of Revelation. The synagogue of Satan. Revelation 2, verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So there are going to be some people who say they are Jews and they are not. These are Edomites. We're going to show that they are Edomites. And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Wow. So that is one woman of Zechariah 5. Where is the other woman? The other woman is the seat of Satan. Wow. So, these are the two representatives of Satan. Let's look at the seat of Satan. Revelation 2:12, Isaiah 2:12. And to the angel of the assembly in Pergamos write, these things saith he which hath the sharp sword with two edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is. And thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my emunah. Even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth. So we have the synagogue of Satan, and we have this seat now where Satan dwells. Now let's see the characteristics that's going to let us know who the seat or what the seat of Satan is. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Yasharal, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication. So, to cast a stumbling block before the children of Yasharal, we did an article on justread.org, how Christianity has the children of Yasharal in captivity. Yeah, this is it. They cast stumbling block before the Most High, who is JC, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, to eat outside of garbage, and to commit fornication, which is idolatry, the idolatry of Christianity. But furthermore, so hast thou also them that hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which thing I hate. Wait, what is the doctrine of Nicolaitans? This doctrine of Nicolaitans. This doctrine of the Nicolaitans was mentioned twice in the book of Revelations, and you would think that people would be scrambling to figure out what it is, but most people seem not interested in finding out what it is. The word Nicolaitan comes from two Greek words, Nico and Laos. Nico means to conquer or to subdue, and Laos means people. So the Nicolaitan means to subdue people through in what? In churchianity. Nicolaitanism is the false churchianity, the false Christian church system, which we call churchianity. So this refers to the other daughter of Edom, Christianity. So we have Christianity and we have the synagogue of Satan. Christianity, the seat of Satan, and we have those who say they are Jews and are not in the synagogue of Satan. And this is confirmed in the book of Isaiah, or the book of Revelation, chapter 17, 3 to 5. So he carried me away in the rock into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. So this woman sits upon the beast of 7 heads, the G7 nations, and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, the colors here of Roman Catholic Christianity, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So this here, Mystery Babylon the Great, this is the seat of Satan, Christianity. So let's look now. Revelation 2 verse 9. Synagogue of Satan, we're going to show why they say they are Jews and they are not. Revelation 2 verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. They say they are Jews, and are not. The people who say they are Jews and are not are the Ashkenazim. Genesis 10, verses 2 to 3. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan and Tubal and Meshach and Tiras. So here we have Gomer and we have Javan. Gomer and the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz and Riphath and Togarmah. These are the Ashkenazi. They are the sons of Japheth. The children of Yasharel, who would call themselves Judah or Jews, as they call them, will be from the sons of Shem. So these people are not the sons of Shem. They say they are Jews and are not. So let's go a little bit more now, and we are going to look at an article that appeared in science.org with the questions: did modern Jews originate in Italy? New genetic study traces Ashkenazi roots to prehistoric Europe, not the Middle East. And we're just gonna snatch a little piece of the article. And it says, modern Jews may traditionally trace their ancestry to the Holy Land, but a new genetic study finds otherwise. A detailed look at thousands of genomes finds that Ashkenazim, who make up roughly 80% of the world's Jews, including 90% of those in America and half of those in Yasharal, ultimately came not from the Middle East, but from Western Europe, perhaps Italy. So as long as they're from Western Europe, perhaps Italy, we know they are most likely the descendants of Romans mixed with Edom. Yes, these are they. Now, the Romans. Let's put the Romans, because we underlined Javan while we were here. And the Javan, the sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan, or Yavan, and Tubal and Meshach and Tiras, and the sons of Javan, Elisha and Tarshish, Kittim and Dodanim. So Kittim or Rome is also descended from Japheth. Alright? So let's go to cap it off with the book of Gad the seer. Let's cap it off with the book of Gad the seer. Chapter 2. Woe to you, O Edom, that sits in the land of Kittim in the north of the sea. We're going to see with Edom here that this shows who Edom are today. Let's see. For your destroyers will emerge from a terrible nation. They will not even leave you a remnant. So not even a remnant will be left of Edom, it says. For you have said, I sit on high, and only I have a covenant with the Alua of Aluahim. For Yahuwah hath chosen me instead of his holy people. This is what both sets of Edomites, both women, synagogue of Satan and seat of Satan, says. The Christians say, the Most High has chosen Christians instead of his people. And the synagogue of Satan says that they are the chosen people of the Most High. And we are Gentiles. See? For he abhorred them, and his former people, despised and rejected, did not truly know Yahuwah the Father, because they did not know his image, the Son. We are truly wise and intelligent. Here we go. These are the people who act as if they have knowledge. They have cornered knowledge, and they know everything about everything about the way. All right? We are truly wise and intelligent. We know Yahuwah and his law. We know his image, the Son, and presence. So let's speak about his Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, and speak about his Son. who they give a false name, JC. But thus says Yahuwah, because you rose up in pride to brag about the Alua of Elohim, know that you will perish in your conceitedness. So guess what? The pride of Edom, even now as we are speaking, and we tell the children of Edom, we did a video a few weeks ago about the corrupted salvation of the Gentiles, how they have corrupted the salvation to make it about them, and it's all about them and they don't need anyone. And when we rise up and we tell them who we are, the children of Yashua and our awakening, they try to play down our awakening and try to get us to feel as if we are doing something wrong. Yes? Fighting against the awakening. But we tell the Gentiles that you cannot separate yourselves from his people. The salvation is for those who are joined to his people. Yes? That is the salvation for those who are joined to his people, who cleave to his people. It is not for those who separate themselves from his people, and not for those who reject Zion. Because you cannot reject the salvation of his people. The Messiah said salvation is of the Yahudim. Salvation is of the Jews, as it is written in the English version. So you cannot, how salvation is of us, and you are rejecting us and thinking that you are in salvation. Anyway, for why would you put confidence in man, whose life is like a vapor, which begins in the morning and is gone by noon, placing him to sit beside Alua? This is what the Christians do. They place Cesare Borgia and say he is in a trinity co-equal to the Most High, and he is God, no matter how much we try to tell them and show them scripture. Alright? For it is not you whom I knew formerly. You are not the children of Yasharal, it was not you. And where is the bill of divorce of my people that you said would be a prey? Show it to me. So in other words, you are there bragging and boasting. But you are not the chosen people. You are lying. So let's see the judgment of Rome, because the judgment of Rome is the same thing, the judgment of Rome and Edom, because they are one and the same. Your corpses will fall among my people. Oh, jealous Yahuwah, come out of your place and smite Edom, consume them. So we're going to see the people among whom Edom are today. Come to Zarephath, come to Sepharad, the Sephardic Jews. Come to Ashkenaz, the Ashkenazi Jews. Come to Germania, this is Germany. They shall come and fall in the lowest pit, in destruction, and in the shadow of death, for your mouth will fail you, and no one will help you. The Most High is going to destroy Edom and the Romaim. Edom and the Romans. And it says he will not leave a remnant, but in the book of Amos 9, verses 11 to 12, it tells you that in that day, this is in the restoration of Yasharal, here's what's going to happen. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahuwah that doeth this. So, when the Messiah returns to raise up the tabernacle of Edom, the remnant of Edom shall be possessed, and this is the righteous remnant of Edom, the ones who humble themselves and cleave to the house of Yasharal. They will be possessed or owned by the children of Yasharal and all the heathen that are called by his name. Because the remnant of Edom has to go into captivity. As it says in Revelation 13:10, it is Edom, as we said before, that has us or brought us into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the emanah of the saints. So the saints will be patiently waiting for Edom to go into captivity. And so the children of Edom have to humble themselves, because destruction is slated for them, and destruction and captivity is slated for them. Okay, so yeah, this teaching here shows up Edom, but it also shows up how Edom works in Babylon. And it shows up this replacement theology that Edom is using on us in these times. Long ago, they have been using this replacement theology to replace the children of Yasharal. And this lets you know who the Edomites are. Alright? So by looking at the two religious orders, the synagogue of Satan, the seat of Satan, churchianity, and those who say they are Jews and are not, you can see exactly who Edom, who are ruling the world today, who they are, the border of wickedness. Alright? And this is a warning to the Edomites, to children of Esau, to those who are related to Europeans, Western Europeans, Eastern Europeans. Humble yourselves before the Most High. Do not exalt yourselves. Do not try to think that you will be utterly the Most High will utterly separate you from His people. That's, I think, Isaiah 56:3. The Most High will not utterly separate you from His people and save you. You have to be joined to His people. The promise is for the stranger that sojourns among Israel, and that one law will be for you and for the stranger that sojourns among you. The promise is that 10 men will hold on to the fringe of him that is a Jew and say, we will go with you because we have heard that Yahuwah is with you. In the book of Isaiah 14:1-2, it tells you that the strangers shall be joined with them and they shall cleave or cling to the house of Yasharal. It's not a separate thing. It requires humility. Humility for the salvation of the Gentiles, especially of Edom. Alright? Because there are some people who believe that no Edomite will be saved, but Amos 9:11-12 tells us that a remnant will be saved, but most will be destroyed. Humility, people. Humility. Alright? Hope you learned something from what I just said. Alright? So please subscribe if you have not, and